Now on WRDE Coast TV.
We're starting the new week with areas of fog along with mild and muggy conditions. We'll see more warm and humid weather and showers and storms as well, but cooler and drier air is on the way. I'll have the timing on Futurecast coming up.
Findings of that survey may lead to next steps in a master bike plan.
The search for the convicted killer who broke out of a Pennsylvania prison continues. We have new information about that manhunt.
What happened?
Ocean City shined a little brighter this past weekend, who those lights aimed to honor. And President Biden is in Vietnam, his meeting with leaders and his plans afterwards to remember 9/11.
Do I need to do another mic check?
To the Bay, coverage you can count on. WRDE Coast TV News Today. Your morning news starts right now.
Good morning, everybody. It is Monday, September 11th, 2023. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. I'm Paige Marley. Matt Pensick has the day off. And of course, we just mentioned it is 9/11. Today is a day of remembrance. You're looking right now at the 9/11 memorial. This is in New York City this morning, the exact place where that tragedy first struck 22 years ago today. Really hard to believe it has been 22 years. Today we are remembering everyone we lost. Then this morning we will also be showing you some local ways you can honor and remember all of those lives lost on 9/11. We will get to that in just a couple of minutes. Right now we are going to bring in First Alert meteorologist Bob Trihey. He joins us with a look at your forecast. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning, Paige. Remember that day so well. It feels like yesterday, although it is 22 years ago. So simply amazing how time flies. And of course, we will never forget. Our visibilities this morning, weather-wise, we are seeing a lot of fog out there, a quarter-mile in fog in Georgetown, quarter-mile in Salisbury, 1 mile in Ocean City. So around the bus stop, around the kids' school buses, take it slow. Take it slow on your way to work as we're looking at, we'll call it partly cloudy skies along with the fog. We're seeing some showers to the north and to the west. We had a few a little bit farther south on Delmarva earlier, but now that is dried up. We're seeing this kind of stingy front just hanging off to our west. And that could be the focus again this afternoon for showers and storms. Out the door, temperatures into the 60s and 70s, and our winds are light right now. In fact, they are calm. And as we go through the morning hours, once again, areas of fog and otherwise partly cloudy skies. Not as hot today. We've got temperatures in the low 80s, and watch for afternoon showers and storms, and those will continue into the evening hours. So we keep the morning mainly dry, but then a chance of rain and storms into the afternoon. A couple more muggy days, and then a taste of fall is on the way. I'll have the timing on that coming up.
Thank you so much. This morning, cyclist safety is in the spotlight. This after a survey found it's the #1 concern for cyclists in Lewis. The survey polled thousands of cyclists to help the city of Lewis and the Delaware Department of Transportation as they work together on a bicycle master plan to improve conditions. Coast TV News reporter Heidi Kirk is in our newsroom. Heidi, you looked at the survey results, and some of what you found was shocking.
Paige, thousands of people responded to this survey, and the most shocking part to me was that many people said they don't even feel safe enough to get on their bike in the city of Lewis. Now, let me tell you a little bit about the bike master plan in that city. They're looking to improve overall conditions for all cyclists by prioritizing safety, building better infrastructure, and more. Now, the survey results showed there's a long way to go here, or at least that's how many cyclists feel in Lewis. Now, the results found cyclists feel infrastructure is suffering with lack of accessible bike racks to unsafe shoulders and everything in between. Many also responded that there aren't solid connections to bike trails, which makes it hard to get from point A to point B. And this data also showed e-bikes are a big concern, often reaching high speeds and creating a hazard. Now, when it comes to the Lewis bike plan, right now they're in the process of gathering information, which is where exactly this survey comes in. And after that, they're going to be looking for long-term solutions within the city. But that could be here in the years to come. Now, the next time that you can learn about this, I'm going to look at my notes because I want to get you the right date. It's Wednesday, October 11th, 2023 from 4:30 to 6:30 p.m. at the Lewis Public Library. And this is another opportunity for people like you to weigh in and respond to survey questions and help develop the long-term solutions to safe cycling in the city. Back to you.
Heidi, thank you so much. Delaware Governor John Carney is expected to sign multiple bills today. A few of these bills would include the goal to protect patients from unfair debt collection practices for medical debt, like not allowing large healthcare facilities from charging interest and late fees. Also a bill with the goal to protect personal data rights that provide people of Delaware with the right to know what information is being collected about them. And another bill around equity in the school system, providing students encountering inequity in schools with non-lawyer advocates to assist them in fighting any inequity. President Biden is expected to wrap up his visit to Vietnam today. He's in the country to deepen ties with Vietnam as part of efforts to reduce America's reliance on China. The president has met with Vietnamese leaders to promote the growth of a technology-focused Vietnamese economy. He also engaged in discussions for ways to improve stability in that region. Following his trip to visit Vietnam, the president will not be observing 9/11 in New York, D.C., or Pennsylvania, as usually is tradition. Instead, the president will stop at Joint Base Elmendorf-Richardson in Anchorage, Alaska today. That'll be before heading back to D.C. And we did mention today, of course, 9/11, and we want you to have some local ways to remember and honor those we lost 22 years ago on this very day. There are a number of 9/11 ceremonies and tributes scheduled for throughout the day. So first, a memorial ceremony that is scheduled for noon today. This will be at North Division Street and the Boardwalk. This is in Ocean City. At 10 a.m., the Air Mobility Command Museum at Dover Air Force Base, a retired New York City firefighter who conducted search and recovery at the World Trade Center following the terrorist attacks, will speak there. And at 5 o'clock this evening, there is a ceremony at the home of the Whitford family in Lewis. Their son was a firefighter killed in New York on 9/11. All right, well, just a reminder for everyone in Lewis, Robinsonville Road is closing at the intersection with Plantation Road later today. After that happens, DelDuc says drivers will need to use Cedar Grove Road as a detour route. The department says this closure is set to go into October, where that entire section of Plantation Road will close until the new roundabout opens. That'll be in May of 2024. Also happening today, the Food Bank of Delaware is holding a mobile food pantry in Georgetown. To attend, you must bring photo ID and proof that you live in Delaware. That pantry will begin at 10 a.m. at Crossroad Community Church. Households must be present at that distribution.
Happy Monday, Delmarva. I'm Madeline Overturf. A lot going on this week on Delmarva, including tracking Hurricane Lee, as our First Alert weather team has been showing you. Here's a look at some other things you might want to know about. This weekend, did you notice some lights in the OC sky? They have been remembrance beams of light in honor of 9/11. A memorial ceremony is scheduled for noon today at the North Division Street and Boardwalk area. Expanded outdoor dining back on the table in Rehoboth Beach. On Friday, the Sirocco restaurant in Rehoboth has a permit hearing for an outdoor patio. That restaurant is located on Rehoboth Avenue and 2nd Street at the Old Sandcastle Motel. Ellendale is considering setting up a neighborhood watch program. Members of the community are meeting tonight at 6:30 to talk about that. Those are just some of the things happening across Delmarva. We have news all day on our website and our apps, and we'll see you at 11, 5, and 6. I'm Madeline Overturf.
12 of the manhunt for prison escapee Danilo Cavalcante. Hundreds of officers have now joined this nationwide hunt for the convicted killer, who authorities now say was spotted over the weekend with a new clean-shaven appearance. John Lawrence shows us the latest details of the situation and what concerns locals are saying about this potential danger.
Danilo Cavalcante is still at large, and residents of eastern Pennsylvania are concerned.
I think I'm going to stay with my sister tonight, especially if they don't catch him.
They need to bring the National Guard out now. Enough's enough.
The 34-year-old convicted killer broke out of Chester County Prison on August 31st, and over the weekend, according to the authorities, Cavalcante was able to get past the perimeter police set up around the prison.
I wish that he had not been able to slip through there. But that does happen sometimes, and that's why we don't simply rest on our laurels and say, okay, we're going to take one approach.
The hunt for Cavalcante has now moved to northern Chester County.
In a fugitive investigation, it's very tough to be proactive because you can't anticipate the human factor. We don't know what the fugitive is going to do.
A $20,000 reward is being offered in connection to Cavalcante's capture, and police are certain it's only a matter of time before he's back behind bars.
His choice is to go to prison for the rest of his life. He chooses not to do that. Unfortunately, that is not what's going to prevail in the long run.
The key to this is going to be that, law enforcement can make mistakes, but he can only make one. He will be coming back.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
Cavalcante broke out of prison roughly 2 weeks after he was convicted of first-degree murder. This was for the 2021 killing of his former girlfriend. Still coming up on CoastTV News today, we are remembering Black history in Lewis, how many people came together to honor one man who made a big impact. And Cape Shore's request, the potential decision on beach replenishment for one beach in Lewis. But first, we have some shocking images of a fire that happened in Millsboro. What was the suspected cause of the fire? We have that and more when CoastTV News Today continues.
Fall's the time to give your lawn the attention it deserves. The cooler weather and optimal soil conditions make it the perfect time for overseeding and fertilizing. Visit Johnson's knowledgeable staff for proper steps using our lawn checklist to allow newly seeded grass to establish before the harsh winter arrives. Our grass seed is formulated for sandy soil on the eastern shore containing no inert matter. Also, don't forget to create your fall masterpiece at our Dunbar or grab supplies to feed your feathered friends. Johnson's Seed and Feed, your local team to keep your grass green.
Get ready for the all-new, redesigned 2024 Subaru Crosstrek. The 2024 Crosstrek is safer than ever for even more peace of mind on every drive. With a Subaru Crosstrek, you can count on plenty of adventures ahead. And when you choose Gateway Subaru, you're supporting local schools through Subaru Loves Learning, which helps kids get the school supplies they need. We're more than just a car company. Love, it's what makes a Subaru a Gateway Subaru. Higher standards.
Get in gear with Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3.
It's Free Truck Fridays, your ticket to a new 2023 Ford Ranger thanks to Pohanka Ford of Salisbury. Stay tuned to Big D and Bubba all week as they reveal the Free Truck Friday song.
Then listen to April and me to play the song. Be caller 10 and you might be parking a new 2023 Ford Ranger in your driveway.
Drive over to coastcountry.com for all the details.
Coast Country's Free Truck Fridays with Pohanka Ford of Salisbury,
where your drive to work
could upgrade your ride home.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Gamey Elliott in Salisbury today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
It is 5:13 on this Monday morning. Not seeing fog on the coast right now in our Gateway Subaru Cam 74, but other areas socked in with the fog. Take it slow. Use the low beam headlights. Watch shine around the bus stop this morning. Quarter mile in Georgetown, half mile in Salisbury, and a mile and a half in Ocean City. Out the door, temperatures in the 60s and 70s, so we still have that warm and muggy air mass. We're looking at dry conditions, some showers around us as we have a stationary boundary just kind of hanging around. Bus stop forecast, once again, really be careful around the bus stop and the kiddos. 70 out the door this morning with the fog. Then this afternoon, another hazard, some scattered showers and storms as they depart the bus. Temperatures in the low 80s.
Bob, thank you so much. If you were near or at the Holly Lake campsite Sunday morning, you would have noticed a lot of commotion. That's due to what is called a potential lightning strike. We have some photos from the Indian River Volunteer Fire Company. It was reported a camper had a lightning strike, smelled smoke, and saw fire under that camper. Firefighters on scene could not find anything to confirm a lightning strike fire, but they did recommend propane providers and electricians contact the camper owner to make sure everything works properly. The call did also cause some traffic jams there at Holly Lake. The Powerball jackpot has once again surpassed $500 million after no one hit the grand prize in a Saturday night drawing. An estimated $522 million with a cash option of $252 million will be on the line for later tonight's Powerball drawing. All right, not to bring you down, but the odds of winning the jackpot are 1 in $292.2 million. The new iPhone is expected to have one significant change when it is unveiled later this week. The iPhone 15 is rumored to ditch Apple's Lightning charger in favor of USB-C charging. The expected move comes less than a year after the European Union voted to approve legislation to require smartphones and other devices to support USB-C charging by 2024. The company has previously switched its MacBooks and its iPads to USB-C charging. However, it's still unclear if the shift to USB-C will happen for all new iPhone 15 models or only for the Pro devices. Elon Musk's X Corporation, it's the parent company of the platform formerly known as Twitter, has sued California's Attorney General over the state's new content moderation law. Social media platforms must disclose how their automated content moderation systems work, how they define controversial content categories such as hate speech and disinformation. In its lawsuit, X alleges the law violates the First Amendment and California's Constitution by potentially compelling the company to moderate politically charged speech by users. Still ahead this morning, Cape Shore is looking for beach replenishment. Why it may already qualify for this project.
And it's looking pretty quiet right now on the boardwalk in Rehoboth. Oh, there's a person out and about. And we do have areas of fog out there, so take it slow on the way to work. Watch around the bus stop and use those low beam headlights. We've got a couple of more muggy and warm days with rain and storm chances, then a nice cool down with lower humidity. I'll have the timing on that coming up next.
Do you have one of these? Let us turn it into this. It's not magic. It's the Car Store's Buying Center. We make it easy and it's hassle-free. Call today or visit yourbuyingcenter.com.
When you visit the Delmarva Design Center, you'll experience a selection of appliances, cabinetry, countertops, tile, and flooring all together in one showroom. The 10,000 square foot location has a variety of inspiring samples for any project size or budget. Your dedicated product experts and designers collaborate to bring your dream project to life. Come and see what the kitchen industry buzz is all about. Experience the Delmarva Design Center in Selbyville, Delaware, serving all of Delmarva's coast.
Party decor and more. The store that has all your party supply needs. Festive holiday decor. Game day team supplies. Balloons that are safe for the sky. Announcing a special surprise. And of course, something for every birthday here that flies by. Party decor and more. The only party store at the beach. Midway Shopping Center in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware.
When you're at the beach, the priority is having fun with your family. And when you got a full house, let us handle the food and bring Bethany Blues to you. From our award-winning barbecue to specialty dishes and family-style options, we have something special for your group. Let Bethany Blues bring the good times home to you.
Buying Center. We're here to buy your car or truck. Get an offer in minutes and get paid the same day. It's fast, it's easy, and you can get paid the same day. Call the Buying Center now at 302-381-2674.
It is 5:18 on your Monday morning. That is a live look at Ocean City on our Hershey Exteriors cam. Pretty calm there in Ocean City today. Not much going on. Pretty clear. Did see some patches of fog like Bob mentioned this morning, but looking good there in OC. And you know, Bob, we did just mention a lot of events happening locally for 9/11 Remembrance today. Are we looking at some okay weather for the day to celebrate and to not celebrate, to remember, I should say, and honor those we lost?
Yeah, I think to remember those on today, of course, Paige, we are looking at areas of fog early today and then maybe some showers and storms into the afternoon. So a couple of weather hazards for our 9/11 remembrances, but I don't think it's anything that will wash away any kind of events as we go into today. Our weather headlines, we've got more showers and storms as we go through time. heavy rain threat mainly Wednesday with the cold front. We're tracking Lee in the Atlantic, changing in size and strength. It has weakened a little bit, and below normal temperatures next. We finally have a taste of fall for the end of the week, something to look forward to. But out the door right now, we have temperatures in the 60s and 70s. It is kind of muggy, and it's still, we have no wind, and quarter mile and some fog in Georgetown. We are seeing areas of patchy, dense fog out there, so take it slow. Half mile in Salisbury, a mile and a half in Ocean City. Otherwise, we're calling it partly cloudy to mostly clear. Some showers to the north and to the west around D.C., even a thunderstorm there. But Delmarva, for the most part, is quiet. We still have a stubborn front right along the I-95 corridor, and with the heating of the day, I think we could trigger more storms. But the real cold front is back here across the Midwest. This one means business with much cooler air, fall-like air, as we go into the end of the week. Here's Futurecast this morning. Watch out for the fog. That should burn off mid-morning. Then we'll build up some of those cumulus clouds, and we could see some afternoon showers and storms. Upper 70s and low 80s should do it with temperatures into the afternoon. Still a few storms into this evening. It quiets down through the overnight. And then Tuesday, I think a lower chance of some storms. As a result, it will be a little warmer and muggier, middle 80s, and maybe a few storms into the afternoon. And then the main cold front comes through Wednesday morning, and we could be looking at heavy rain with that as it comes through around 6 to 7 a.m. and still kind of cloudy and showery as we go into late morning as that front moves through. Here's our muggy meter. It's looking quite humid the next 3 days, and then, yes, a nice drop off into the comfortable range as we go Thursday into the weekend. Very, very nice there. Here's Hurricane Lee, still out there in the southwest Atlantic. Not as strong as over the weekend, 120 mile per hour winds, and it has slowed down, but we're still expecting it to move to the west-northwest. Could gain strength again as a major hurricane, maybe up to a Category 4, and then by Wednesday it starts to make that turn and move to the north. It should weaken as it moves over cooler water. You see all the spaghetti plots has it well off the coast, but some models have it bending back towards Maine and Nova Scotia as we go into the weekend. So here's the European model, keeps it well offshore. For us, that means, well, bigger waves and rip current risk as we head towards the end of the week into the weekend. Then look at this, it moves into Maine and back into Nova Scotia as we go on into Sunday. So looks like it could make landfall somewhere in the U.S., but not here. Here's your Paul Davis 7-day forecast. 83 today with the showers and storms, 85 on Tuesday with a spot shower or storm, and then we see that main cold front Wednesday, 77. Watch out for heavy rain, and then we dry it out. Temperatures in the 70s Thursday and Friday. Overnight lows in the upper 50s beginning Friday morning. So just gorgeous into the end of the week and into the weekend as well. We have an umbrella winner. It is James Richardson from Dover. Congratulations, James, on your brand new umbrella from Paul Davis and Coast TV.
Bob, and a reminder, you can hear Coast TV news and weather updates throughout the day on our family of radio stations. Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3, 93.5 The Beach, and on Big 107.7. Cape Shores is looking for beach replenishment. The City of Lewis Town Council saying it's considering asking Delaware's congressional delegation to add Cape Shores Beach to the existing Federal Beach Nourishment Project, which includes Lewis. DENREC would add an additional 75,000 cubic yards of material to the Bay Beach as is. After the break this morning, one man made his mark in Lewis, how people came together to honor him and remember his contribution to Black history in Lewis when we come back.
Season 18!
Wow! The top AGT acts of the season are one step closer to headlining our show in Vegas.
This is just brilliant.
NBC Nightly News, weeknights at 6:30 on WRDE.
Take aim for a great cause with Women Supporting Women's Boom Boom for Boobies clay shooting fundraiser on September 16th at 8:30 a.m. Whether you're 16 or seasoned, join the friendly competition and rally against breast cancer. Plus, enjoy fantastic music, raffles, a 50-50 draw, and more. Register now for 50 clays, lunch, and an event hat. Non-shooter, we've got a lunch ticket just for you. For more info, visit womensupportingwomen.org. Coast Country Cares, presented by Spicer Brothers.
Wow, it's so much bigger than you realize.
East Coast Tile and Flooring has the largest selection of tile from around the world. And they are the only Dow Tile Premier showroom on the shore. They have the knowledge and expertise to assist architects, designers, and homeowners, and are fully licensed to take on any job from start to finish. Family owned and operated since 1947. Call East Coast Tile and Flooring today for a design consultation.
Draper Media, an equal opportunity employer, is dedicated to provide broad outreach regarding job vacancies at the station. We seek the help of local organizations in referring qualified applicants to our station. Organizations that wish to receive our vacancy information should email humanresources@wboc.com. Experience the thrill of the race with Post Time with Heather Vitale, only on the Delmarva Sports Network. From the energetic sprints at Ocean Downs to the heart-racing action at Bally's Dover, all the way to the vibrant atmosphere of Harrington Raceway, we bring you the true pulse of harness racing. Sunday mornings at 8 and 11:30 on DSN, DelmarvaSportsNetwork.com, or on the DSN app. Post Time on Delmarva Sports Network.
They say one man can change the world, and in Lewis, many people came together to honor a dedication for Johnny Walker and the impact he had on the Black community. CoastTV's Carmen Holland shows us how the history of one special beach is now not forgotten.
Where this building is today, a Black-owned restaurant once stood on the beach, and this is the man that owned it, Johnny Walker.
It's one of the few places in Sussex County where people from all areas could come and enjoy it.
Previously called Beach 2, this beach is now named in Walker's honor.
Today we got to hear the stories of folks who were kids here and just hear about how he served great burgers and fries and how he hired young people to be lifeguards.
Johnny Walker was a pillar of the Black community in Lewis, and this beach was the only one open to all races during times of segregation.
People had a place to go. Black people had a place to go that they could call their own and enjoy the beach just like anyone else.
And be safe. Many gathered to celebrate and spread awareness of the history of the beach for the Black community.
There are people who don't look like us who are here to learn. The mayor came, the former mayor, people from the community, and their supporters. So the message gets spread wide and far beyond us.
And the goal of this event is to never forget the Black history in Lewis and what's to come.
The Black community has been a historic part of this area, a part of what has built up the town and a part of what has supported the community and the commerce here.
Keeping that history alive, and one thing is to be proud of it, right? Because it's here, it's still here, and we want it to thrive and really continue and just be that beacon of light here in this area.
The organizers of this event hope to expand this beach to more than just a sign, but to add more signs to talk about the history of this beach and Johnny Walker for future walking tours. In Lewis, I'm Carmen Holland, CoastTV News.
As we bring back in First Alert meteorologist Bob Trihey now, we have a heads up. There are some school delays today. This is because of some dense fog. So, Bob, that's happening right now, but that fog should clear up as we continue on this morning.
I think so, Paige. We're definitely looking at that beginning to improve as we go into the mid-morning hours. We're looking at that fog lifting at that time, but only a half-mile in fog in Georgetown, only a quarter-mile in Salisbury. So take it slow around the bus stop. Really be careful. Chincoteague today at the beaches. We're looking at a mix of sun and clouds, low 80s, only 70s in Assateague. Rip current threat is moderate. Be careful out there. UV index high waves around 2 to 3 feet. Some showers in Ocean City, maybe a stray storm, upper 70s, close to 80 in Fenwick Island, maybe a few storms later on. Still warm and muggy the next couple of days. Then a cold front on Wednesday. I'll talk about that more coming up.
Also ahead on CoastTV News today, we have some shocking video of Kilauea volcano erupting in Hawaii. The state of danger officials are calling for locals. And the president wrapping up his visit to Vietnam today, the goal that the trip aimed to accomplish. And cyclist safety in the spotlight, the shocking results of a survey on biking in Lewis. Don't go anywhere. CoastTV News today. We'll be right back.
With all the choices of services around Delmarva, where do you even begin? Trust experts of various fields offering the best of Delmarva, including Kitchen Concepts Plus. Chesapeake Eye Center, Apple Discount Drugs, Porch Protection Systems, FLC Energy, Spicer Brothers Construction, Mattress Peddlers, Homewell Care Services, Robinson's Jewelry and Coin Shop, Delmarva Acupuncture and Wellness Center, Delmarva Canine, Mast Audiology Services, Riptide Restoration, Active Pest Solutions, Atlantic Tactical Firearms Trainers, Delmarva Dave, and Buchanan Subaru. Delmarva Experts, local experts right when you need them.
In 1948, my grandfather created JD Asphalt. Starting as a small contractor, he built his company by providing the highest quality work. 3 generations later, we're still focused on laying down the best pavements possible. Whether it's commercial or residential, we deliver personalized attention with every project, bringing an experienced crew and state-of-the-art equipment out to every job site. That way, we can deliver fast, premium results that last.
Call JD Asphalt now and ask about our 0% financing options.
First Alert Weather is our promise to be the first to tell you when big changes are coming in your weather forecast.
Whether it's day-to-day weather that changes your plans,
or severe weather that could change your life.
The First Alert Weather team will call for First Alert Weather Days.
Here on TV and all of your devices.
It's our commitment to give you the most accurate forecast.
The First Alert Weather team, that's our promise to you.
Why do I have this physical need to be close to people? Get close, girl.
Moving to Coast TV in September.
Sounds good.
From the beaches to the bay, coverage you can count on. WRDE Coast TV News Today. Your morning news starts right now.
Good morning and thank you for joining us as we continue this morning. I'm Paige Marley. It is Monday, September 11th. Of course, it is a day of remembrance for our entire nation. And in just a few moments, we are going to be showing you some local ways you can honor and remember those we lost 22 years ago. First, however, though, we will bring in First Alert meteorologist Bob Trahy. He's going to join us with a first look at your forecast. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning, Paige. Good morning, Delmarva. We're seeing quite a bit in the way of fog out there this Monday morning. Tidal Health Care from Seaford really showing that. Socked in with the fog, take it slow, use the low beam headlights, and be extra careful around the school buses. A half mile in fog in Georgetown, 3/4 of a mile in Salisbury, 1.75 miles in Ocean City. Aside from that, above the fog deck, it's mainly clear. Some showers to the north, also a cluster across the D.C. area, but nothing on Delmarva right now. We do have kind of a trough in the front just stalled over us, so that is the focus for some of these showers. And out the door this morning, it is foggy. Leave extra time to get to your destination. Temperatures in the 60s and 70s. Winds are light, and we're going to be seeing that fog through mid-morning, and then that does start to burn off to partly cloudy skies and low 80s this afternoon. Watch out for spotty showers and thunderstorms as we go into the afternoon hours. Could pack a little bit of heavy rain at times, but I think we're dry this morning. I'll have more in your forecast coming up, including a cool down in a few minutes.
All right, Bob, thank you so much. Some new data from a survey done in the city of Lewis showed safety is a concern for cyclists. The survey polled thousands of cyclists to help the city of Lewis and the Delaware Department of Transportation as it works together on a bicycle master plan to improve conditions in the city. Coast TV News reporter Heidi Kirk is with us. She's in the newsroom. Heidi, the survey results showed cyclists think there's a lot of room for improvement.
Paige, the survey asked cyclists exactly what it was like to cycle throughout the city of Lewis. And as a big biking community, they had a lot to say. Now, the most shocking thing to me was that a lot of people said they actually opt out of biking most of the time because they just don't feel safe. Now, let me break down this Lewis Master Bike Plan for you. Now, the biggest goal here is to make the city a little bit safer for cyclists by prioritizing safety and building better infrastructure. Now, those survey results showed there's a long way to go. That's what many people said. And the results found cyclists feel infrastructure is suffering from lack of accessible bike racks to unsafe shoulders and everything in between. Many also responded that there weren't solid connections to the bike trails, making it hard to get from point A to point B. And that data also showed e-bikes are a big concern.
often reaching high speeds and becoming a hazard. Now, it's important to note they're just in the initial phase in gathering research and making sure that these survey results are put in place for that long-term goal in this Lewis Master Bike Plan, and eventually there's going to be more conversations had. Back to you.
All right, Heidi, thank you. And you know, this conversation, it's not going away anytime soon. You mentioned another opportunity for people to learn more about the Lewis Bike Plan.
Paige, that next meeting is going to be coming up pretty soon next month. 4:30 to 6:30 p.m. and that is going to be held at the Lewis Public Library. We have more information on that on our website, but this is a wonderful opportunity for anyone who wants to come learn about the future of cycling in Lewis and weigh in. Back to you.
Definitely, Heidi. Thank you so much. Today, President Biden is wrapping up a weekend in Asia where his goal was to strengthen ties with allies and build new alliances. He secured deals with Vietnam on semiconductors and minerals. NBC's Bree Jackson shows us how all of this is part of his administration's push to counter China.
President Biden in Vietnam this morning, meeting with officials there in an effort to strengthen ties between the two nations.
As we sit side by side, Mr. President, we're reminded of the hard work you all did to get here.
The president's visit follows the G20 summit, where he met with the leaders of the world's largest economies, while also downplaying tensions with Beijing.
We're not looking to hurt China, sincerely. We're all better off if China does well. China does well by the international rules, grows the economy. But they have had some real difficulty in terms of their economy of late.
G20 leaders also agreed to a joint declaration supporting peace in Ukraine more than 18 months into Russia's invasion.
Virtually every member of the G20, perhaps minus one, is intent on making sure that there is a just and durable end to this Russian aggression.
But the statement stopped short of condemning Russia, something Republican presidential candidate Nikki Haley criticized, saying the Biden administration failed to send a strong message.
It was a win for Russia and China. They're celebrating today.
Today, President Biden returns to the U.S., where he'll mark the 22nd anniversary of the worst terrorist attack on our nation's soil. In Washington, Bree Jackson, NBC News.
President Biden will be in Alaska, where he will deliver those remarks observing the September 11th terrorist attacks. As we continue today, Delaware Governor John Carney is expected to sign multiple bills. A few of these bills include one with the goal to protect patients from unfair debt collection practices for medical debt, like not allowing large healthcare facilities from charging interest and late fees. A bill with the goal to protect personal data rights and provides residents of Delaware that will have the right to know what information is being collected about them. And another bill, this around equity in the school system, providing students encountering inequity with the school with non-lawyer advocates to assist them in fighting any inequity they face. Oh, we've been talking about it all morning. Today is 9/11. It is a national day of service to honor the lives lost 22 years ago on this very day. Hard to believe it's been 22 years. There is a number of 9/11 ceremonies and tributes scheduled for throughout the day today. A memorial ceremony is scheduled for noon at North Division Street and the Boardwalk. This is in Ocean City. Also at 10 a.m., the Air Mobility Command Museum at Dover Air Force Base will have a retired New York City firefighter who conducted search and rescue recoveries at the World Trade Center following the terrorist attacks. He will speak. Also at 5 o'clock, there is a ceremony at the home of the Whitford family in Lewis. Their son was a firefighter who was killed in New York on 9/11. We have a reminder now for everyone in Lewis. Robinsonville Road closed at the intersection of Plantation Road later today. After that happens, DelDOT says that drivers will need to use Cedar Grove Road as a detour route. The department says the closure is set to go into October. The entire section of Plantation Road will close until the new roundabout opens. That'll be in May of 2024. We have some really just spectacular images to show you now. These are coming from Hawaii. Mount Kilauea, it's erupted again. A fountain of lava, you can see that shooting into the air. Authorities say this eruption does not present immediate danger, but they have raised the alert level to red for potential hazards. The Hawaiian Volcano Observatory is keeping a very close watch on these developments. This volcano last erupted in June. All right, we have a heads up for you. A number of programming changes starting on Coast TV today. Take a look. Extra moves to 11:30, followed by the Drew Barrymore Show. NBC News Daily, that still airs at 1, which is where you can get some local news cut-ins from Coast TV, by the way. And then that will be followed by Jennifer Hudson. At 3 p.m., Tamron Hall. At 4 p.m., I'll see you there, our local lifestyle program, Coast Life. In between Coast TV News at 5 and 6, you can now catch Inside Edition. We'll see you for all of those. And more to come this morning in our next half hour of Coast TV News Today. Coming up, some dog park progress. What told us about what the town is bringing a dog park to Georgetown. And Tom Brady made his return to Gillette Stadium yesterday. Future plans for the former New England Patriot announced by the owner of the team. All that when we come back.
Teaching your dog leash manners can be challenging. You might even feel embarrassed to take your dog into public settings. Professional training at Delmarva Canine is the best way to help break bad habits. We offer one-on-one training that teaches your dog to focus on the handler and not to react to other distractions. Once your dog learns leash manners, you'll be able to enjoy taking your well-behaved dog everywhere. Schedule a free evaluation today.
To learn more about Delmarva Canine, visit delmarvaexperts.com.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Gamey Elliott in Salisbury today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Draper Media presents the Shore Living Expo, celebrating health, wealth, and home. Saturday, September 30th from 10 to 4 at the Wicomico Youth and Civic Center. Brought to you by Spicer Brothers and Pohanka. Great demonstrations and interviews with Delmarva Life's Lisa and Jimmy on the expo stage, along with prizes and fun, including a weekend getaway to the Poconos from Destinations by Donaway. From crafts to home services, boats, cars, and RVs, this is a free event you don't want to miss. Go to WBOCevents.com.
Solo Cup Saturday night. It's an alternative country party with me, Jared. Brought to you by Midshore Recycling Incorporated. Saturdays at 7 on Coast Country, 103.9 and 106.3.
5:42 on our Monday morning. Right now, not showing any fog along the coast, or at least the visibility is good on our dry tech cam. But the same can't be said inland. Quarter mile in Salisbury and fog, a half mile in Georgetown. So take it slow. Use the low beam headlights. Be careful around the bus stops this morning. 69 in Delmar, 72 in Georgetown and Lewis, 68 in Selbyville, Ocean Pines at 69. And we're looking at partly cloudy skies aside from the fog. Some showers to the north. A bigger cluster of storms back into the D.C. area. So the fog is a big story this morning. It should start to ease after 8 a.m., so take it slow in your morning commute. And then for the afternoon, you could see a few isolated showers and storms, maybe some heavy rain.
All right, Bob, thank you so much. We have a heads up. Cambridge's curfew for teenagers, it's back on the table. The pilot program put an 11 p.m. weekend and 10 p.m. weeknight curfew in place for teenagers. There are a few exceptions, however. It was debated earlier this year, some saying it empowered parents, others saying it was not effective. After a clash on the council moved to reinstate the curfew. That's on the agenda for tonight's council meeting at 6 p.m. there in Cambridge. Former New England Patriots quarterback Tom Brady made his much-anticipated return to Gillette Stadium Sunday. It happened during a special halftime ceremony as the Patriots took on the Philadelphia Eagles. Prior to Brady taking the stage, New England Patriots owner Robert Kraft said Brady would be inducted into the team's Hall of Fame on June 12th of 2024. Tom Brady wore a number 12 jersey, and he stood alongside his family on stage in front of thousands of fans, saying that he was a Patriot for life. The Eagles defeated the Patriots, however, with the final score 25-20. Austin Butler and Godzilla. Each made their return in new projects. Rick Damigella has those details in today's Hollywood Minute.
I want you to quit writing.
Don't ask that.
Austin Butler hits the road. The actor stars alongside Tom Hardy and Jodie Comer in the upcoming drama The Bike Riders. This is your first look at the period film, which follows a biker gang in 1960 Chicago and is set to hit theaters on December 1st.
She's an experiment.
Good evening.
Poor Things wins big at the Venice Film Festival. The surrealist comedy starring Emma Stone nabbed the prestigious Golden Lion Prize at the annual festival, which honors the event's best film. Moviegoers can see what the buzz is about when Poor Things arrives in theaters on December 8th.
If you come with me, you'll know everything, I promise.
Kurt Russell takes on Godzilla. The beloved monster clobbers through the small screen in the new series Monarch: Legacy of Monsters, and is joined by an assortment of other massive creatures causing severe destruction. The 10-episode show premieres on Apple TV Plus on November 17th. In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
This morning, dog park progress when Georgetown could discuss the potential dog park once again.
And dense fog is a big story on this Monday morning. Here's Seaford socked in with the fog, low visibility. Use a low beam headlights and take it slow. It should burn off mid-morning. Warm and muggy days to come with some storm chances as well, especially as we go into Wednesday. Then lower humidity. I'll have the timing on the rain and the cool down after the break on Coast TV News Today.
Did you know after the fourth missed mortgage payment, pre-foreclosure starts and you're headed to auction? This will ruin your credit and make it hard to buy or even rent in the future. To stop the foreclosure, look into a loan modification, file bankruptcy, or call a professional home buyer. You don't have to lose your home, but you do have to act fast. Delmarva Dave is here to help. For more information about Delmarva Dave, visit delmarvaexperts.com.
Purchasing diamond jewelry or any jewelry, remember Robinsons, where we sell only earth-grown diamonds, not the fake lab-created whose values have dropped. Robinsons Jewelers can design or repair any jewelry, as Robinsons is the largest jewelry store on Delmarva with 8 jewelers on staff. Although we are known for being coin and clock experts, we want you to know we are the expert jewelers of Delmarva. Chain repairs to ring sizings to custom-made engagement rings, Robinsons is your jewelry expert.
To learn more about Robinsons family of business, the coin and jewelry experts, visit Delmarva Experts on WBOC.com.
Get in gear with Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3.
It's Free Truck Fridays, your ticket to a new 2023 Ford Ranger thanks to Pohanka Ford of Salisbury. Stay tuned to Big D and Bubba all week as they reveal the Free Truck Friday song.
Then listen to April and me to play the song. Be caller 10 and you might be parking a new 2023 Ford Ranger in your driveway.
Drive over to coastcountry.com for all the details.
Coast Country's Free Truck Fridays with Pohanka Ford of Salisbury,
where your drive to work
could upgrade your ride home.
Middays with me, April Brilliant. It's a feel-good show on your radio.
April is the easiest way to get through your workday.
She can play your favorite song.
She can help you find your furry friend.
The easiest way to get through your workday is with April.
She really makes you feel special.
Hey friends, hang out with me weekdays here on Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3 each day from 10 to 3.
It is 5:48 on this Monday morning, and that is a live look at Ocean City on our Dry Tech cam. We were talking fog earlier, not much fog to be seen there in OC. It looks pretty clear and calm there this morning. But Bob, we know that fog is affecting some parts of Delmarva today. There are even some school delays, but as people head to school, head to ceremonies today to honor 9/11, we should be looking okay.
Yeah, I think for the 9/11 remembrances, we have the fog this morning, and I think that'll be a problem through about mid-morning, Paige. And then for the afternoon, for more remembrances at that time, could see some areas of showers and some thunderstorms as well. So we do have some weather hazards throughout the day to dodge as we go through 9/11. As we look at the visibility right now, you can see it's a quarter mile in Salisbury, only a half mile in Georgetown right now. Remember to scan the QR code right there. That will get you to the Coast TV weather app, and you you can see all kinds of weather features on there. So watch out for the dense fog. We're looking at 83 today, 85 on Tuesday, a couple of more mild and muggy days, and then changes. We have a cold front heading our way on Wednesday. We start to cool down there, upper 70s and mid 70s Thursday and Friday. That is going to be gorgeous, and we're going to see lower humidity accompany those temperatures. So it's going to be really nice, but still muggy out the door this morning. Temperatures in the 60s and low 70s, and we've got a light wind, and we're looking at the fog. Otherwise, we're looking at partly cloudy skies. A pretty good cluster of showers and storms are along I-95 around D.C. and a few more farther to the north, but we're looking mainly dry on Delmarva right now. There is a front just back to our west that's kind of hung up, so that will be the focus for more showers today, and then a stronger front farther back to the Midwest. This one means business. This one is a leading edge of much cooler air that will give us a taste of fall by the end of the week. But today, we've got the fog this morning, and then it burns off mid-morning, and then we're looking at low 80s this afternoon. And with that front nearby, a few isolated showers and storms are possible. Maybe some heavy rain through the evening hours. Moving into your Tuesday morning, could see fog once again, 60s and 70s. By the afternoon, mid-80s, and maybe an isolated shower or storm. And then the main event, we think, moves in Wednesday morning with heavy rain with the cold front. And we'll continue to see those showers through the morning hours. They should start to clear out later in the day. In the meantime, we're looking at humid conditions through Wednesday, and then look how it drastically improves. We get into the comfortable range, dew points in the 50s Thursday through Saturday, so looking really good there. Here's Hurricane Lee. He's still out here. He slowed down over the weekend. Winds 120 miles per hour moving to the northwest at 7, and eventually it will make that turn east of the Bahamas, and we're looking at a major hurricane once again, but I think it'll encounter cooler waters as it moves to the north, and it will kick up the seas later in the week. The spaghetti plots have it making landfall somewhere around Maine as it seems to come back to the coast, off to the east of us, off to our north and east. So I think what we're going to see from this is just higher waves and rip currents for sure. Here's your Paul Davis 7-day forecast. 83 today with the storms, and then a slight chance of storms Tuesday, 85. Heavier rain with storms Wednesday, 77, and then drier and cooler after that.
Georgetown's potential dog park is moving forward. The dog park committee is meeting once again Thursday. The mayor there previously told CoastTV this idea is in the very preliminary stages. After the break this morning, experts have new recommendations when it comes to teens and social media, how parents can let them enjoy the internet while also staying safe.
At the Preston Automotive Group, we believe a coach can have an important impact on their players' lives. And that's why we teamed up with DSN to present the Coach Who Makes a Difference Award.
Coach in your community, Preston Automotive here will donate $500 to that community.
At the end of this year, we will choose 3 of these coaches and award their programs with additional donation.
If you want to nominate your coach, just go to delmarvasportsnetwork.com and click on the Features tab.
Delmarva Sports Network and the Preston Automotive Group, together highlighting coaches who make a difference in our community.
You never know who you're helping by sharing your story. Showing girls that anything is possible.
Don't let nobody hold you down.
Teachers make all the difference in the world.
The Jennifer Hudson Show, Season 2, September 18th.
I love a good surprise. Oh my God! See the people, they're here for you. Ladies, let's go.
Wait on that!
New season coming September 18th to CoastTV.
Welcome to the ride home on Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3. First rule of the ride home, we definitely talk about the ride home. In fact, tell all your friends. Second rule of the ride home, we have fun. Top 10 Tuesday, Would You Rather Wednesday, and every day you pick the songs on the high five. And the third rule of the ride home, we don't take ourselves too seriously. You've got enough to stress about. So let me handle the ride home, weekdays from 3 to 7 on Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3.
Why do birds suddenly appear every time?
I have this physical need to be close to people.
Get close, girl.
Just like me.
I love that she's on her knees.
I know.
Close to you.
Grab onto someone that you love and just hold on.
Drew Barrymore, moving to CoastTV in September.
Never miss a game for your favorite local team. Take the DSN app with you wherever you go. Whether you're out to eat, camping with friends, or at home relaxing with your family, The DSN app notifies you when your team is on live so you can watch the game as it happens or watch videos on demand. Keep up with local sports all from one app. From your mobile device to Fire Stick, Roku, and Apple TV. Download the DSN app today. Driven by Preston Automotive Group.
There's no denying social media plays a large role in the lives of today's teenagers. Studies show teens are online nearly 9 hours a day. While social media platforms can help kids stay connected with family and friends, they can also be harmful. Now, the American Psychological Association has released new guidelines to help parents navigate teens' social media use. Marty Salt shows us what experts are recommending.
A 2019 study found adolescents who spent more than 3 hours a day using social media had a higher risk for mental health problems.
Too much of anything is not a good thing.
Now, the American Psychological Association has issued new guidelines for parents. Experts suggest monitoring all social media use for kids ages 10 to 14. Also, they urge parents to consider enforcing time limits. One study found limiting screen time to about an hour a day helped anxious teens and young adults feel better about appearance.
I think it's really important for parents to become comfortable with these tools, to talk to their teens about them. So it's really a question of teaching kind of digital literacy.
You also might want to disable your teen's location sharing and restrict private messaging, commenting, live streaming, and in-app purchases. The APA also says watch for signs of problematic use, such as poor sleeping habits, deceptive behaviors, or an inability to carry out daily routines.
So it really matters who your teens are friends with online. It matters who they interact with.
If you suspect your child's mental health is suffering, you may want to seek professional help. With ways to help teens with social media, I'm Marty Salt reporting.
It's 5:56 this morning. Time to check in with our coastal pet of the day, brought to you by Maggie's Pet Boutique. Our first pet this week is China. China is a flowered Shar-Pei who was born with a cleft palate. Even though that has been fixed, she still has a slipped lip, which gives her a fun character there. China is like the Energizer Bunny. She never stops moving from the time she wakes up to the time she goes to bed. And this very unique dog was sent to us by Linda. Thank you so much for sharing this with us, Linda. We want to continue seeing your pets on Delmarva. Keep sending us photos. Tell us what makes your pet so special. Email us content at WRDE.com and watch weekdays from 5 to 7 to see all the pets we feature. It's 5:56 now. Time for a quick look at your forecast before you head out the door. Bob, what are we looking at?
Looking at a lot of fog this morning, Paige, so if you're headed out to 9/11 remembrances, school, or work, just take it slow. Dense fog, less than a half mile at times. That burns off, and we'll see some light rain, even some storms into this afternoon. I think we're topping out around 83. Paul Davis, 10-day forecast, 85 Tuesday, last really warm, muggy day. Cold front Wednesday gives us showers and storms, 77, and then gorgeous after that, mostly sunny. Lower humidity Thursday into the weekend. We keep it dry into the following week.
All right, Bob, thank you. Coming up in our 6 o'clock hour, a number of events you can attend today to honor 9/11 on the 22nd anniversary of the tragic attacks on U.S. soil.
And cyclist safety in the spotlight as a survey has shown it's a #1 concern in the city of Lewis. What steps are being taken?